Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Call of Duty World War II. It is so refreshing to play this game, man. You have the Ardennes Forest, you have the NZ-41, the sound of grenades and soldiers and gunfire off in the distance, and there isn't a single Ninja Turtle or farting unicorn in sight, man. This is exactly what Call of Duty used to be like, and I said a while ago, but Call of Duty World War II had soul, and that's a really tough thing to describe, right? Like, how do you explain to somebody what it means when a game has soul? I think the best way to put it is this game was created by passionate developers. The game sticks within its own theme, the game has a unique feel, and everything about it works together to create one cohesive experience. Between all the amazing maps in this game, to the countless different weapons, the divisions, the basic trainings, and everything else, Call of Duty World War II represents a lot of what used to be good about the Call of Duty series, and the icing on the cake is it's set in the Second World War, which is where the series got its start. Now forgive me for reusing my thumbnail from yesterday, but the stark contrast between a game like this and something like Black Ops 6 is freaking absurd, and it's my unfortunate responsibility to make this video here today to let you guys know that it's only going to get worse, man. It never freaking stops with this franchise. Like, even during a slow news cycle like we're currently going through, Activision and Microsoft are still finding ways to make the franchise worse in one way or another. At one point, we had hoped that Microsoft buying out Activision and thus taking control of the COD series would be a good thing, but ladies and gentlemen, nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, we've seen countless controversies within Black Ops 6, and a lot of them have been related to Activision themselves, AI slop content, and insane microtransactions taking center stage over actual content. Well, what we have learned recently indicates that nothing about that is going to change. In fact, it's only going to get worse, and actual people are being affected. It's pretty freaking terrible. So recently, you guys may have heard that Microsoft has been doing some layoffs. That's an unfortunately common practice in the gaming space, so when it first came out and the news first broke, I really didn't read too much into it until the other day when Blame Truth did a video about it, and then a bunch of other places started to pick up on the story. You see, the biggest thing about this is not necessarily all the layoffs. Of course, that is terrible. Like, literally thousands of people are losing their jobs. It's really freaking bad, but what's getting swept under the rug is what Microsoft plans to do with all those people now out of the way. Here we see an article from Financial Express saying tech layoffs, Microsoft cuts 15,000 jobs in 2025, pushed remaining staff to embrace AI. In the article itself, we learned that Microsoft cut about 6,000 jobs in May and June, and then another 9,000 in July, and some of the studios hit the hardest were Sledgehammer Games, Raven Software, and High Moon Studios, all of which of course work on the Call of Duty franchise. Sledgehammer Games in particular is a really interesting choice considering they are literally mid-development of COD 2027, and it's been reported and leaked and pretty much confirmed at this point that they are handling almost the entirety of the Black Ops 7 multiplayer, and now they're being hit with a ton of layoffs. Raven Software is also interesting considering just recently the lead guy quit the studio right after the relaunch of Verdansk, and Raven Software of course is pretty much the main studio in charge of Warzone, as well as of course all the extra stuff they do like helping out Treyarch and Infinity Ward do their campaigns and co-op modes and things like that. Microsoft cut all these jobs and they plan to replace them with AI, which is freaking disgusting. And going back to the article, we can see that Microsoft's aggressive shift towards AI coincides with a massive $80 billion with a B dollar investment in building out its AI infrastructure this year. While this represents a major financial commitment, it also signals the company's intent to trim costs elsewhere, resulting in significant job reductions. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the catalyst for AI taking over the Call of Duty franchise. We've already seen it starting here within Black Ops 6, whether it's the terrible multiplayer maps that the game launched with that don't feel at all like they were made by Treyarch. Like, seriously, like, how many of you in the comments genuinely feel like the launch maps that we got for Black Ops 6 were made by the same Treyarch that made games like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 4? Hell, even Cold War, for crying out loud. Like, those maps are nothing like the maps that we've seen in the past. Or how about all the AI emblems, the AI calling cards, the AI shop bundles, and all the marketing material and everything? Like, AI is going to be taking this franchise over. Instead of having real people making the game and having real people designing multiplayer maps and real people setting up the sight lines on those multiplayer maps and designing weapons and everything else, it's going to be freaking ChatGPT making all of it, man. Meanwhile, all the real people who helped build this franchise up from nothing are losing their jobs. Now, remember how I said a game like COD World War II had soul? Well, remember old games like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, or even going back to a game like COD 4, all of those games had soul as well. Like, they were so lovingly crafted and created by these passionate developers, and that's that's a huge reason why they were so good. With Microsoft investing so much into AI and laying off thousands of people, that soul is not going to return to the COD franchise. It's going to turn the game, more so than it already has, into a hollow shell of itself. It's going to be the same feeling you get when you look into the completely dead eyes of the new Beavis and Butthead operators. I don't know about you guys, but I personally think we are in for an absolute train wreck when it comes to Black Ops 7, and that's likely the biggest reason why marketing has been so few and far between this time around. You would think that if development of that game was going well, and the fact that it's a direct sequel to Black Ops 2, which is arguably, if not objectively, the most beloved Call of Duty of all time, you would think that the hype would be through the roof. You think the marketing would be insane. You would think the community would be having like these Black Ops 2 appreciation days, you know, you think the devs would be coming out and talking about the old days and maybe the development of the original game and maybe talking about the inspirations they took from that classic game and how they applied those lessons into creating the new game. But no, we get nothing, man. We have a single trailer for the campaign, which is promoting the dark and twisted world of Black Ops. All the while, they're sitting here promoting the Beavis and Butthead Tracer Pack within Black Ops 6. Like, doing those two things at the same time is just so freaking tone deaf. And just imagine if they do decide to bring Carrie forward into Black Ops 7 as well. If they do that, all the unicorns, all the green dragons, all the fairy tale monsters, and everything else that's in Black Ops 6 currently will be in Black Ops 7 right from day one. And honestly, it makes a ton of sense. Like, it really does. Like, Black Ops 6 has essentially abandoned the entire 90s theme, right? So they can do pretty much whatever they want when it comes to microtransactions and crossovers and everything else. And chances are, there's not going to be any major changes going from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7 either. Unlike the Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3 transition that we had a couple of years ago, the time to kill and the health pools are likely going to be the exact same going between these two games. So in essence, it'll be the same game with a few changes here and there. The idea of Call of Duty feeling like one giant DLC has been a topic of discussion for a very long time here within the community. I'm old enough to remember that when the OG Modern Warfare 3 came out, people were calling it Modern Warfare 2.5. Like, they thought, wow, it's just another Modern Warfare game, same guns, same map, same whatever, you know. And obviously those games were pretty different, right? By bringing up just to say the COD community has been talking about that notion for a very long time. Well, I think there's never been a more appropriate time than right now to bring that topic up once again, because Black Ops 7, based on all the leaks, all the rumors, and the very limited official marketing that we've received so far, seems like it's going to be more of a DLC as compared to being a proper new game. You then combine that with the fact that Microsoft invested $80 billion with a B dollars into AI and just laid off 15,000 employees, and you can see why Call of Duty fans are concerned. Time was, COD was made by passionate nerds who just love the franchise. You know, people like David Vonderhaar, 402, Michael Condrey, Glenn Schofield, hell, even Matt Scrons back in the day, he used to care about the franchise. You guys remember that? Well, he's the head guy for Black Ops 6 right now, and we haven't heard a peep from him all freaking year. These dudes don't care anymore. Like, a lot of these passionate people have either given up on the franchise or they've been replaced by AI, and it won't be long before Call of Duty looks and feels like any other AI slop Fortnite clone that you can find on the Apple or Google Play stores. Don't believe me? Just look at how Call of Duty used to look from the gameplay you've been watching in this video and compare that to the most recent update within Black Ops 6. It's like they're two completely different game franchises. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this video here today. AI is going to be taking over, and of course, I will be covering everything when it comes to that here in the channel as we get closer and closer to some official reveals for Black Ops 7, as well as, of course, subsequently the beta and everything else. So stay tuned to the channel. Be sure to sub if you guys haven't already. I hope you enjoyed this video here today. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Strafing run. Call the target. Captain. Strafing run inbound. Day is ours.